Easy patch number 4, tile grout. White pool tile grout. We have enclosed latex liquid cement bonder in a small bottle in the kit. Just shake out the amount you need and proportionally add the liquid bonder. If you use a fourth of the kit, add about a fourth of the bonder. Sometimes you'll need to shake the liquid bonder to mix it up a little bit on the number 4 kit. Now just stir and mix it. Get that water distributed throughout. Again, about the consistency of mashed potatoes seems to work the best. You don't want it too thin. Here we chose to saw cut around the tile that needed repairing. This is a lot easier if you do that. We lowered the water in the pool. And now we are using a 4-inch grinder with a diamond cut saw blade on it. Just cut the top and bottom, and now we cut along the grout joints. Now we're chipping off the tile, which is very simple when you saw cut. The saw cut actually saves you time. You see the angles we're using when we're chiseling? Being careful not to chip out chunks of the plaster. Now we're trimming off the edges, getting rid of the remaining pieces of the original tile. Now we're dusting off any chips and dust. Always take your tiles and position them to make sure that they're going to fit and that you don't need any further trimming of the tile or the substrate that you're going to put them on. If the replacement tiles are thicker, you may need to chip some of the substrate back a little bit. Now we are sponging it with a moist sponge, making sure all the dust is off. Taking some of the Easy Patch number 3, putting about a heaping tablespoon on a 6x6 tile and pushing it into place. Easy Patch number 3 allows you to put the tile in flush. Wiggle the tile and push it on, and it will go right into place. Make sure it has a good bond. The thin set will squish out behind the tile and cover a large area. The best way is to put a lump of thin set on the back as shown previously and let it just squish off and distribute itself. Now we're just simply working the Easy Patch number 4 tile grout into the grout joint. Using a sideways motion, we are forcing them into the cracks of the grout joints and the plaster patch between the plaster and tile. Now we're doing the top grout joint. As you can see, it doesn't take much time to do these repairs. Now we're wiping off some of the excess. taking a sponge and just sponging off the excess. Be careful not to use too moist of a sponge so you don't drag out any of the grout from the grout joints, because we want it to be flush and full. If your sponge is too wet, it will wash out too much of the grout. We always want to give an eye to detail. That's the difference between a professional and a novice. After you've sponged the surface off, allow it to haze over. Some of the residue grout will cause a slight haze on the tile. You can use a foxtail brush as shown, or a rag, and just wipe over it and easily remove the residue.